Jack Reacher is a ghost. Served in the military police. A brilliant investigator. Troublemaker, too. Then, 2 years ago, he disappears. You don't find this guy unless he wants to be found.
Excuse me, sir. There's a Jack Reacher here to see you.
Can I help you?
James Barr. You say he shot 5 people. I don't believe he did.
What exactly are you saying?
He was framed.
So what does an army cop do, mostly?
What you do. With one minor difference. Every suspect was a trained killer.
What do we hope to find?
The truth.
The soldier is asking questions no one else would ask. Get the lawyer.
Helen?
No.
Helen, are you hurt?
Do I have to tell you how this works?
Do you think I'm a hero? I am not a hero. Lawyer's all yours. On second thought, I'd like to kill you. They want me to run. Then I'm gonna finish this.
You're a little rusty, Mr. Reacher.
I have nothing to lose. And if you're smart, that scares you.
He doesn't care about the law. He doesn't care about proof. He only cares about what's right. Out of the car!
So wow, this extended trailer for Jack Reacher sounds like a lot of fun. I think it's interesting to see Tom Cruise using his new persona, the persona that some would say is a hindrance to him, actually kind of in a good way. Because who else would fight crime and take the law into their own hands besides someone who is as dedicated, let's say in a kind way, as Tom Cruise. You know, he already took Brooke Shields to task. He very much seems like a guy who would feel that I have my own act together to such a degree that I'm going to help you with yours, whether you want it or not. The trailer. Okay, first off, let's just talk about that ending. I've seen a lot of people online already talking about how great that last bit is, that last joke with the baseball hat. It's fabulous. A really good idea, really funny. I think that the movie would do better with more of that. I mean, you don't want to have too many people saying how awesome they think Tom Cruise is in the film, because you don't want to think that Tom Cruise is trying to say that everybody loves him. But I guess you could argue that everybody to some degree loves Tom Cruise, at least for nostalgia's sake. But that was a good joke, and kudos to the other actor who was in the scene with him. He really did a good job pulling it off. It takes two to tango. That's a very funny scene. I like the way it's done. Really nice, really well done scene, and not overplayed. Also, I already like this film because it takes place in Pittsburgh. I have family in Pittsburgh. I go there every other year at least. And I've always loved seeing the city on film, and it looks like they're really using it here and utilizing it. Pittsburgh is an interesting dichotomy of a city because, on the one hand, it is this old coal town, so it has a very dirty industrial past, but it is trying to beautify itself, and it has really some actually very nice areas and some very modern areas as they build that. So you could say the same thing about Jack Reacher. The interesting thing here is that I have not read the series of novels. I know that the people who have some misgivings about having Tom Cruise cast in the role. They think he's not big enough in stature to play this character. But as I said, I don't know. I think Tom Cruise makes up for in personality what he lacks physically. So I can still see him in this role. But I was under the impression he was a vigilante. Here he seems to be like some kind of military police, but apparently a military police who answers to nobody. almost like a Jack Bauer type of character, which of course everybody loves Jack Bauer. My favorite Jack Bauer joke is, what kind of pajamas does Superman wear? Jack Bauer pajamas. And I think that's hilarious. But you know, that's a really iconic character. It would be interesting to see, because they never got to make the 24 movie, if Tom Cruise can, you know, pick up where that left off. Really cool film. Like the way this looks a lot. And also, I think that it's interesting that it explores this different kind of vigilante. When I first, or at least, you know, a guy who takes matters into his own hands. When I first saw the trailer, and when I first heard about, I saw the teaser, and when I first heard about it, I thought, oh, what a clean-cut vigilante. That's ridiculous. But the more I thought about it, the more, as I said, I thought, in reality, that is probably the person who would do this, the person who felt they were in the right to impose what they felt was right on others. You know, I guess maybe, perhaps, you know, please excuse any political undertones you might see from this, but is this the vigilante we have in the potential era of Mitt Romney? You know, guy clean cut, tucks his shirt in. Is this the future for Tom Cruise's Top Gun character? I see a lot of Maverick in this character. So it looks interesting to me, it looks good. We all know Tom Cruise can pull off action sequences. I'll be interested to see how he does pulling off action sequences that are not Mission Impossible level. This is an understated film. This is a more understated film. Tom Cruise is really going to have to sell it. It's not one of, usually when he makes action movies, they're more high concept. But again, very interesting film. I think it has some funny bits in it. I think there is going to be some, from what else I've heard about the film, the other clips I've seen, especially I've heard of the scene where he takes on a bunch of guys in a parking lot outside of a bar. There is going to be some humor here. I think that always serves Tom Cruise well. So I will see Jack Reacher. It looks great to me. I think it'll be interesting. I heard a rumor that Tom Cruise will not be able to do a lot of publicity for Jack Reacher because of the unfortunate Katie Holmes situation with the divorce and all this revelations about the auditions for his wife with that Iranian actress. So they said that he might really not do a lot of publicity in the U.S. to try and avoid questions about that. I think that's a mistake. I think everybody already had, cat's out of the bag, Tom Cruise. I wouldn't run or hide from it. Just get out there and promote your movie, because I think this movie, because it's not high concept, it is going to need a little bit of help at the box office. But it looks like fun. What do you think of Jack Reacher? Do you buy Tom Cruise as a vigilante? And what do you think of this idea of a clean-cut vigilante? Do you see that working? What do you think it says? What do you think the undertones of such a hero? Be sure to write your thoughts down below. And as always, thank you for coming to Beyond the Tricks. Thank you for coming to Beyond the Trailer, not just for the latest trailers, but for these quick snapshot reviews. Thanks for watching. Bye.